Right guys, I've got the lovely Sam with me today from Zen Den. We have met before, I want to say maybe a year or so ago when I came up here, and I walked in the door instantly just taken by everything in your room, absolutely fantastic. And I just wanted to learn a little bit more about you at the time, and I've put some bits on my page. Because I know you do some work with children with ADHD, don't you?
We do.
Children that really like that deep pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So that was where I was kind of coming from at that point.
Yeah.
But now I've set up the podcast.
Yes.
We can go a little bit deeper into what you do and why. And why you do it, really.
Yeah.
So it's whatever you want to, wherever you want to start, really.
Yeah. I'm happy to start with the kids if you want.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
then we can just kind of go from there. So,
Okay.
my background is I've always worked with kids. So, I think I posted this the other day actually. So, and I've always been a bit entrepreneurial. So my first job was, I remember designing this really beautiful flyer and just posting all of these, didn't photocopy them, made loads of copies myself, and just went around the local area just posting flyers through for my babysitting service.
Oh, wow.
So when I was 14,
Yeah.
I set up my own little babysitting service,
Yeah.
which was like, I was inundated, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
And really from there, I've always been the type of person that loves to be with people. I love helping people. I like seeing the results of whatever we do. You know, that gives me a great sense of satisfaction and feeling like I've got a purpose.
Yeah.
And so I think I've just always been that nature, even at school. Do you remember when we had to do what were those red folders that we had to do at school? Can you remember I can't remember what they were called now, but anyway, it was, to take all your certificates in, your GCSEs.
It's had a net, it's got 3 letters.
Yeah, it has, I know.
The little burgundy leather thing. And
Obviously they
I still
don't.
got mine.
Yeah, mine's probably somewhere. But anyway, I can remember sitting down with my tutor, you know, and he just said, because I had no idea what I wanted to do. I really feel for teenagers. How do you know what you want to do? I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life for a really, really long time. But there was always that theme in the background. People say, I could see you really being in a profession where you're giving, you're listening, you're, that kind of thing. Yeah. So that was the only theme of, how the sort of direction my life might go in. But all along the way, so even I did really well at school and completely smashed it. And then I got to college and I completely fell apart. So
What do you think that was?
Well, on reflection now, when you look back for your life, I am typical ADHD. So, but I had a very late I've only just been diagnosed actually a few months ago. Okay. So but I realised that I possibly had ADHD probably about 5 years ago. And I can go into that a little bit. So then when you backtrack, you think, well, of course, because I went to college and there was no structure. Suddenly it was my responsibility to get to class on time, to show up, to do the studies. No one's punishing me. If I don't do it, I've really got to manage myself. And I had to mask. And I can remember it's the first time I realised that I probably struggled with depression off the back of the fact that I felt I was failing. Actually makes me feel a bit tearful saying it now, because it's just a lot for a young person to go through. And I feel so grateful that we've got so much more awareness about being, neurospicy and seeing it as your superpower. But at the time it didn't feel like a superpower because I had no idea what was going on. I went from being this A-star student to completely failing my A-levels. And I used to jump out of bed, if I heard my parents coming, so teachers heard my parents coming in from work, and I'd pretend that I was awake and studying and stuff, but really I'd just been in bed, with my covers over my head, thinking I'm not coping. So that really put me off education, even though I'm really, I am an academic person. I love studying, I love learning, I love all of that. But I didn't go to uni because I just didn't know what to do. I felt completely lost. So in true Sam fashion, I just put on my brave face and thought, okay, what do I want to do? So I just got some random jobs so that I could earn some money and go travelling. So I spent a long time, probably about 5 years, just coming back and forth, go off and do a bit of travelling, come back and work for a little bit, go off and do some travelling, maybe do some work while I'm away. So when I was in Australia, naturally I then became a nanny, and I was looking after kids while I was over there to earn money. So yeah, I've kind of always worked with kids no matter what I'm doing. So the lovely part of that story is by the time I'd done so much travelling, my biological father lives in Thailand as well, so that was great for me, because that kind, you know, I always had a base, and he's always lived abroad all my life, so I've always had like a passion for other countries. I actually grew up in America for the first 5 years of my life, and then me and mum came back to the UK, but yeah, so then after 5 years of kind of backwards and forwards, I thought, I'm ready to study now. I'm ready to study, I'm ready to use my brain again. So I went to uni at 23. And the funny thing about this story is I still had no idea what I wanted to do. And it was still in the days where we didn't look at things online. So I came back, I said to my parents, well, I don't want to go far away again. Maybe I'll look at Bath, I'll see what's going on in Bath. So I set the days where you send away for the prospectus and open your paper prospectus, right? And we all sat around the table, and I said, right, whatever page that I open this on, I reckon it will be the right one for me.
Really? That's amazing.
So we all sat there laughing, thinking, it's giving me goosebumps. Laughing, thinking, well, this is going to be interesting. And I kid you not, I opened on the study of religions, and I'd done so much travelling loved all different cultures. I was like, oh my, that's absolutely what I want to study. That'd be amazing. I'll study that. And so of course I got on, because I was a mature student, I was really enthusiastic, and you know, I got a little bit of extra funding going as a mature student, because I had to pay for myself. Obviously didn't get support from my parents. So then when I was at uni, I had about 5 different jobs, including like Domino's Pizza and in a cafe. But of course I was also a nanny at the same time, and I worked for a company called Cheeky Monkeys Babysitting. So in a roundabout way, I guess I'm saying I've always worked with kids along the way. And then when I finished uni, I still didn't really know what I wanted to do with that degree. And so I suppose because my parents have always been in education, I trained to teach. So I became a qualified teacher. And again, the whole like pattern of being ADHD, I worked so hard to be the best. Like, you know, even in my training year, I was an outstanding teacher, and my mentor was like, I don't really know what I can do to help you be better. She said, you're just smashing it, you know. Which is great. But then I hated it. I absolutely couldn't stand it. I loved the kids. I loved teaching them about religion, learn from religion. It's not about you must believe in this. It wasn't quite as exciting teaching in Swindon, because at the time I taught in a school that was very, the demographic of children, lots of them hadn't even spoken about God, let alone, you know, so there wasn't really, like the debates in the classroom and things weren't that interesting. But then I moved to London and taught in London, and that was just like, and I taught in Hackney, a really hard school in Hackney. And it was ace, like that was brilliant, you know, because it was far more diverse, and so the debates in class were really used to get quite heated. But I just couldn't stand the pressure of teaching, the marking, the deadlines, the knowing you have to do this, that it was just, and I had to get out of it. So then I stepped down a little bit, and I became a learning mentor instead. So I did a little bit of art therapy with the kids, play therapy. I was a bit of an all-rounder really, but because of my teaching background, I also then got to be the child protection officer at the school, and I had to improve the attendance, so I had lots of different hats. And then I became a mum. So then we were talking earlier, weren't we? And I just think women just totally reassess their lives when they become a mum. Different things begin to matter to you, but equally, on reflection, that's also when I fell apart again. So I was masking, being this amazing mum, doing all this stuff, but inside I was falling apart. But no one knew. Like, even if I speak to like my mum, my godmum, my friends now, they're like, we didn't see
the
it.
master of the masking.
100% that. So that had a huge impact. So I decided to come out of education, and I started up my own child-minding business called Marvellous Munchkins in London. Brilliant. And that was wonderful. And then when I fell pregnant the second time, I said to my partner at the time, we've got to go home. I said, if I struggle the second time round like I did the first time round, I might not be here. I said, I can't do this.
Yeah.
So we sold our flat in London, begrudgingly. God, I can't even imagine how much that would be worth now, but let's not talk about it.
God, yeah.
So we sold our flat in London, came back, we had a beautiful house here. And then, had a second child, kind of dipped in and out at Commonweal, just doing a little bit of one-to-one work with kids. And then started up Zen Den.
Yeah. So where did that come from?
So that came from me going, what next?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what to do next.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be a childminder, I don't want to be a teacher, but I need to do something that's going to fulfill me. So I can remember being like massively pregnant with my youngest, doing like all the massage qualifications, and I think that just came from a place where me and my mum were talking, and she said to me, do you remember when you were considering university but you weren't sure because you'd had such a hard time? She said, do you remember we looked at complementary therapy degrees? And I went, I can't remember that. She said, that's what you wanted to do. And I went, yeah, that is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And it was just like this strange kind of alignment of, I am so holistic. I love yoga. You know, I've been practicing yoga myself for years. Totally believe in touch, the healing power of touch. And so Zen Den just began as a tiny massage weekend business in the basement of my house. That's where it all began 12 years ago. Wow. And I was speaking to a client yesterday, and I think here where you sit now has always been a dream, because I've been in little rooms that are in other people's spaces, and doesn't feel like mine.
No.
And the vibe isn't mine, and you know, so it was always a dream to have a completely different space that I could really make Zen.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you. I just want people to walk in and be like, their shoulders drop.
Straight away.
Yeah. As soon as you walk in. So let's go back in true ADHD fashion. Of course, I'm going to keep going off on tangents, but the work with kids really was unexpected, and I'm not quite sure how it came about. So of course I had to shut down for COVID. So I went back into teaching for 2 years, completely miserable, obviously teaching in COVID as well. But I had become a single mum, and I had to earn some money, and it was just like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So I did 1 year in one school and 1 year in another school. Absolutely, was so miserable. And then had the opportunity I just thought I need to get back to it. The world is back, you know, I need to get back to what I love. So I reinstated Zen Den again, and all my beautiful, like, loyal clients obviously came back. They were like, oh, thank God you're back, you know. And so it was a real leap of faith, because I was going from a good teacher salary to being like, God, what am I going to do? Like, it's £150 a week to hire this room. That means I've got to get so many clients, you know. And honestly, within like the first month, I was just smashing it, because it's what I'm meant to do.
Yeah.
And I was very fortunate, because I was based in Sweet Pea up here in Old Town, and the girls are amazing. Paige is amazing. Her social media is just huge. So therefore, you know, we kind of piggybacked a little bit off of that as well.
Yeah.
As you do, you share your work with each other in order to lift each other up.
Yeah.
And Paige is amazing. She always lifts the females up that work with her.
Good.
You know, whatever they're doing, massage, lashes, or, you know, now she's got the Pilates studio. She is an incredible businesswoman herself. So that really helped. And then after about 18 months of being there, we came up here. So, and I just started to offer children's massages, because I've always massaged my own children, and I think most of the stuff happens in Zen Den because someone asks for it.
Yeah.
So someone said, would you consider massaging my teen? She's really struggling at the moment. I was like, yeah, sure, bring her in, absolutely. Phone my insurance company to make sure it's okay. And they said, yeah, look, well, if the parents sign the thing and you've got their permission, then sure, just make sure you've got your policies in place. So the parents are always in the room with us.
Yeah.
I've got an enhanced DBS just coming through anyway. And it kind of just went from there, really.
Yeah.
And it's just so popular.
Yeah.
That at the start of this year, I thought, so I tried to take Zen Den in a direction where I wanted to employ people and have it like a bit of a hustly bustly, peaceful, but it just hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. And we were talking earlier about wanting to get to the roots of the person and understanding the person.
Yeah.
I've worked so hard on doing that what I've really struggled with is I'm the brand.
Yeah.
So you can push and push and push, but you'll get people saying, but I just want to come to you for a massage. So it's really, it's been so hard trying to expand this place that really I've been like this under the water, because I've single-handedly almost kept this place running. And it cost me £400 a week, this place, you know? So it's been a really tough couple of years, and the climate that we're in for businesses is insane. So everything that we've come up with to, you know, make more money, like the Zen Den nights in and the retreats, and it is so hard getting people through the door for anything additional. Like the massage runs itself. I could fall asleep and I'd get bookings. Do you know what I mean? It's like that isn't really an issue, but anything else to inject money into the company, it's like pulling teeth. It's so difficult. So it's been a really difficult time. So then I start thinking, okay, the universe is telling me that's not what you're meant to be doing. So I miss working with kids. So as much as I love the grown-ups and what I do here, I don't know what more I can do for the grown-ups right now.
Yeah.
Whereas for the kids, I'm like, okay, what can I do? And I suddenly felt excited.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit like I'm plodding along. So I am this enthusiastic person, and everybody genuinely knows I love what I do.
Yeah.
But especially for my personality, I do need that spark to keep me going. Otherwise, I'll give up on it. I'll be like, oh, what's the point?
I'm the same. I've noticed like every 4 years I want to do something, not completely different, pull away from what I'm doing, but add something else on.
Yeah.
I would say that's how it seems to be running for me. Every 4 years I start to get itchy feet.
It's really good to notice your cycle. Unfortunately, for me, mine's an 18-month one.
Yeah.
So that's exhausting.
Yes.
It's actually very, very tiring.
That comes around quite quickly.
Comes around really quickly. And I had the most incredible work coach called Heather Angel. I don't know if you've come across her, but my goodness me, get her on your podcast. She's incredible.
Is she in Swindon?
Yeah. Yeah, she's a work coach.
Her name might have come up on Facebook.
Yeah, honestly.
You might have to put me in contact
I
with
will.
her.
I will.
This is what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah. So she said to me, you know, I was at my 18-month point, I suppose, and she said, and I said, the thing is, I just feel like I'm coasting. She went, yeah, Sam, just reality check. Your version of coasting is everybody else's version of, oh my God, I can barely keep up.
Yeah.
And you forget that when you're such an energetic person.
Yeah.
And it is hard for people around you who are supporting you, because I think they worry and they worry about your burnout and they worry about your finances on your behalf and, you know, all those things. So as well as realising, yes, I've got ADHD, I also sometimes have to stop and take a breath. And I know I'm not responsible for how other people feel about me, but you do have to be considerate. Yeah. And I think the more I'm getting to know myself and the more I surround myself, I don't know about you, but the older I get, I surround myself with people that can understand who I am and trust that it will actually all be okay. And I've let a lot of people go that just don't kind of suit my personality and energy type.
Yeah. I don't think things through, I just do them.
Yeah, I know.
I think people get that about me.
Yeah.
I'm quite impulsive.
Yeah.
But it pretty much works out.
Yeah.
Because I think if you believe in yourself and you back yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have the mindset.
Yeah, absolutely. I asked my friend, he's really like a brother to me actually, but I'll come on to the CIC in a minute, because this is the new bit. This is the bit that's exciting and that I really want people to know about. Yeah. So I asked him if he would be so for a community interest company, it's not a charity, it's still a limited company, but it's not for profit.
Right, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So community interest company.
I see these popping up all the time and I don't quite understand them. So
the reason that people will go for a CIC over a charity is because there's way less red tape.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard to, or far much more effort to set up a charity. Easier to start yourself with a CIC and then take it up to a charity
Yeah.
if that's what you wish to do, because you get far more like tax breaks and things with a charity, of course. So this essentially what I'm doing is still a limited company, so I'm not going to get any tax breaks in any way, shape or form, but we have to apply for funding. Anyway, the point about being impulsive, so I asked my brother, do you want to be a co-founder? He's like super organised, really intelligent. Like I was like, yes, I need him. And he literally, God bless him, he sent me this really well thought out message basically saying, you haven't got a clue, mate. I'm not jumping in board with this, not a chance.
Oh.
But it wasn't.
But very well worded.
Very well worded. But that was the summary. He's like, it's going to make me way too nervous. And he will, through his own admission, say, I think I'll just annoy you because, like, it will feel like I'm almost holding you back by saying this, and your mind is just so, he said, I won't be able to.
You'll be creative and he's trying to be rational and logical.
And I think we'd probably fall out. So it was quite good. It was quite a good summary. And so anyway, I've got 2 friends now on board as co-founders, and they both completely get me, but they're also very much more grounded and the logical kind of thinkers. So it's brilliant. So the community interest company we're setting up is called Omni Roots Hub CIC. So Omni is all present. So you could be like omnipotent, which means powerful. Like it's a bit of a religious kind of. I knew about the word omni through religion because it's how people describe God. So it's like omnipotent means all powerful, omniscient means all knowing. It's omni, that's the word, all. So we wanted it to be like a rooted feeling because we want kids to feel grounded and safe, but rooted in themselves, you know, so when they go out into the world they don't feel chaotic or like they can't cope. We really want to give them the skills to be able to take a breath and realise it's not that bad. And even when it is bad, you've got it. Yeah. You've got it. So Omni Roots, and then the hub is like obviously everyone coming together. Because the thing at the moment in Zen Den is I just massage singular children and I see the impact it has for them. Yeah. But they're not together. You know, it's not like a community of kids and teens. So my mind's going, because you can imagine I have a lot of thinking time. I'm massaging people all day long. Yeah. And in our space, we don't talk while we massage. It's not like a regular beauty space where they'll ask you where you're going on holiday. No. When you get on that massage bed, I will ground you into the space, the silence, and just let you be. Because that's when the nervous system really gets to chill, right? And that's when you get people coming out of the room saying, I don't even know what you just did in there. That was incredible. It's like time stands still. I've never felt like that before in my life. Those are the words people will say coming out of that space. Yeah. So that's what we do for the kids as well. Yeah. I get kids on my sofa who are like crazy little jumping beans, God bless them. And I've had mums in there crying quietly as I'm massaging their child because they cannot believe it.
They've never seen them in that state before. No.
Even at home, they're like, we try and massage at home. I said, yeah, but you're at home. I know it's your safe space, but this is fully permission. This isn't home. There isn't a jigsaw puzzle in the back of your mind that you could be doing instead. Do you know what I mean? You're here for this purpose. So that's really what we want to create for the CIC. Yeah. Massage, yoga, breathwork, meditation. Yeah. But equally as we grow, other stuff. Imagine if you came in and did like a group workshop with, you know, like, so we also want to begin making those connections with all the other people that work with kids too. But primarily it is, I need it to be a bigger space than this. This is the thing, and this is where the journey begins. Because I love being in Old Town, but ultimately I'm going to have to take it out somewhere where there's cheaper rent, because people will fund us. I do feel confident in that, but you've got to prove to them that you're keeping the cost as low as possible to get the most out of your money. Yeah. If I say to them, it's £400 a week up here, they'd be like, well, why don't you go out to Cheney Manor where you could get a place that's twice the size for the same price, or the same size for half the price? Do you know what I mean? It's all, I've got to really start thinking strategically for the finances, because I have to then produce the applications. And so in all the applications, you've got to put your business plan in, you know, all that kind of thing, which is not, I hate doing that. Yeah. I just want you to give me the money so I can get on and do what I do best. But that's not the case, of course. So it's going to take us a little while. but I need to create a beautiful space like this, but for kids and teens. And I need to contact the council. I want to see about AP, alternative provision. I'm not saying it's going to be an entire alternative provision, but there might be certain children that would benefit, so we'll get some funding from the schools, because the school will say, do you know what? This girl would love to come to you every Monday. This is going to be brilliant. And they allow her out of school on a Monday. Yeah. You know?
Just for a couple of hours.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So we're going to, because I'm a qualified teacher, Verity works at Commonwealth, she's a teacher at Commonwealth. Yeah. So you've got 2 teachers there anyway, thinking about that level sort of strategically with how we can get those kids involved. So, but the most important thing, the reason I don't want it to be an AP is because everybody's welcome, every teenager. What about the teenagers that are middle of the road? Yeah. They still need it. Yeah. Yeah, sure, the high flyers need it. Yeah. Every single kid and teen needs it. And so I don't want to be pigeonholed into an AP. Yeah. And Verity noticed a gap in the market, though, with AP. She's like, there's not so much out there for our girls. There's lots more stuff for the boys at the moment. I don't know, because I haven't looked into it. Yeah. And I've got another amazing friend called Laura Barnes. Have you met her yet?
Laura.
So she is absolutely desperate to collab on this, because she is like the guru of AP. She's been around to visit, blah, blah, and she has noticed the gap in AP provisions is the well-being and creative side. Yeah. So I will get that woman on board at some point.
Yeah, that's great.
Because she's a little powerhouse and she believes in it as well. And it's what I know she would love to do. Yeah. But the time is not right for her at the moment. Yeah. So if I can get the ball rolling a little bit in Swindon, then who knows who's going to join and where we're going to go with it.
Definitely.
What do you think?
Yeah, brilliant. I know, I was just thinking about like some of the things you said, and I know like what they try to introduce, like say mindfulness in school. And it's like the kids don't get it.
No. It's because it's not being taught by...
It's not being taught properly. And then they go, well, I tried it, didn't work. And it's like, but it's something... When you do these things, you have to do them over and over and over. It has to become part of your routine to become effective and to really understand it. So having a little taster with your classmates, and you're probably giggling and you're probably feeling a bit silly anyway, in an environment that maybe you don't really like anyway because you're in school.
Exactly.
It's just not... It just doesn't work. So they just kind of give up on it and they don't really get it. And they say, well, it's not really effective for me. Yeah. And that's what we were talking about when I did my emotional-based school non-attendance training. The counsellor that took us through the training, that's the things that she's teaching in sessions to try and help children's nervous system.
Great.
So they can practice again and again. And it's like anything. It's like a lot of children having anxiety, and then it's like they might know a technique and they tried it once. But I always say, like, make sure you do these things when you are calm and relaxed, not when you're heightened, because it's all just going to go out of the window. Whereas if you're doing it as a daily practice, and it does have to be a daily practice, then when all these things happen to you and you're heightened, you're naturally going to reach for what your brain is remembering that you've been teaching yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you can do that in a space with a group of people, and I think it's lovely, because like you say, you meet people and then you're probably massaging them and you're thinking, oh, I massaged this person. You two would get on great, because I think that in drawing and talking all the time. I've got children that are quite similar, quite neurospicy children, but I know they wouldn't irritate each other. I know that they'd work like really gel. Yeah. You know, friendships can be an issue. Yeah. So actually, you doing something like this.
And for me, the other thing that's will be a challenge is that I know that this idea would fly, and it would be so easy, it would be snapped up by schools if I went into them. I don't want to do that.
No.
But I cannot cut my nose off to spite my face. So I really do appreciate that to begin with, I might have to do a combo. I need to take those kids out.
It depends what the school has in place. So like at Ridgeway, they have a really amazing sensory room. So that in itself is great, because it's a space that's away. And it's a nice space. They've got the pod chairs and they've got all the lights and, you know, all of that. So if a school has a set up for sensory, then possibly it could work. Cause
I think it's more at the moment now, I need to just get out and just pop around to the
Yeah.
schools and just see what they've got and have a chat with.
Yeah, I
with
think
them.
so, because I've got children that come to me for drawing and talking sometimes come out of school, or they see me before they go into school. So I had a child this morning who came in
Yeah.
at 9:30,
Yeah.
and then he goes into school at 11,
Yeah.
because at the moment he just can't do a whole day.
Yeah.
So if you had something like that,
Exactly.
where they start their day with you, and then they go into school,
Yeah.
they might be a bit more set up for
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, there's just so many ideas,
Yeah.
and it's now just putting them in place. So it's that case of it's so tiring for me and the way my brain works,
Yeah.
and it's very resistant as well. So it'd be like when I was a teacher and I knew I had to do like a pile of books and mark them. It was like I will literally be marking them at 12 o'clock the night before, even though they could have been sat on my desk for 2 weeks and I could have got it done and dusted. It's just not how I work. I'm
No.
so last minute. And the problem with this kind of vibe, and this, I've got the most amazing PA, she's absolutely incredible, and the only reason for everyone listening, if you are neurospicy, you can get funding from the government.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard about it, it's called Access to Work.
Yeah.
And
have.
so you can get funding from the government, and that funding basically pays for me to have a PA, because when I finally got it doesn't happen overnight, it took about 18 months. I said my business won't grow with just me, because I need a different brain on board as well.
Yeah.
And so Jemmy is that brain for me. She's very looks at all the finances, keeps them all in order. She's also in our world though, so she's a holistic therapist as well, which is amazing. So she knows all about massage. She's really into the different like oils and loves kids. So I'm really, she home educates her kid, so it's actually quite incredible that she's my PA. I don't know what I'd do without her, because she's perfect for the business. And she really believes in it. So Access to Work is funding that.
Yeah.
So I've just reapplied for it, but I just wanted anyone to know that there is that out there if you're self-employed.
Yeah.
And because I think sometimes you can think, well, my employers would do that for me. What do I do? So even if you need Access to Work, isn't just about it's about anything. So if you've got any type of disability, they will consider it and look at it.
That's really good.
Any type of disability.
Yeah.
So if you needed some different furniture at home because you're struggling or whatever, then they might fund for that. It's not necessarily if you need a PA or someone to help you run your business. It can be equipment as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's, so many people don't know about it.
And they need to, because otherwise that could be something that really holds them back from setting up a business.
Yeah, 100%
Yeah.
that. Because Zen Den wouldn't be here without Jemmy.
No. So you can use your creative brain and off you go, and then
and she just keeps everything going.
Everything organised.
Because I don't have time. The thing that's difficult for me as well is because my work is so hands-on, literally, it's like I can't, when do I do that?
No,
so I
you'll
massage
be
from 10 in the
reactive.
morning until 6 in the evening. The only time I then have to do all the back office stuff is early in the morning or late at night. I'm already tired, but I think a lot of people that run their own business work like that.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so we never stop.
No. So you'll be reactive in the day.
Yeah.
And then admin at night.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're excited about, is the CIC, but it is now the process of like having to go to the funders, and I see that as being a very important but laborious task.
It's all the legwork, isn't it? Where if you just want to get started. Yeah. You just want to do it.
Yeah. I want my space, I want to get the kids in.
Yeah.
And the thing is also though, because I am a complete geek, because I've written schemes of work before, it's like, okay, actually I'm going to do this properly. So I can send this PDF document of a scheme of work, so the schools really know what's going on. Yeah. What am I actually going to be doing with your kids and teens that's going to impact them? And that's the thing, we need to start showing impact as well to continue the funding. So
of course, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? To a lot of schools, that it's measurable, it has to be measurable. But I think sometimes they find it quite difficult with what I do.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I have to really explain that my work is therapeutic, it's non-intrusive, it's gentle. It's not a behaviour modification. You may see differences, but that's not ultimately what we're looking for. Yeah. It's just time and space for a child to build a trust and relationship with someone outside the family home. Yeah. But they want, some people want it to be measurable.
I know. So hard in our world, I think. Yeah.
And there is impact.
Of course there is.
But that might come over time as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah, I do think it's amazing what you do. I love it, absolutely, yeah.
But knowing more about what you're doing, because obviously I've seen it, but just talking to you face to face is great, because it means I can then talk to the families that I'm working with and explain what you're doing.
Yeah. So at the moment we can't really reduce the rates because we haven't got any funding.
Yeah.
But we've got Easter holiday workshops, which
Lovely.
is really exciting. But again, like if you look in our little yoga studio, I'm only going to have maximum. So for those workshops, I'm only going to have 4 kids in there.
Yeah.
Because you can only fit 4 yoga mats in there. So of course we need a bigger space because, okay, I want to be paid, let's just say I'm going to get paid £50 an hour.
Yeah.
So funders are going to say, well, you still get paid £50 an hour if you had 10 kids in the room with you. And they'd be like, yeah, that's right. So they'll be like, so get a bigger room, impact more kids.
Yeah.
You know? So it's quite a tricky one. But
I think it's nice to start small though as well.
Yeah.
So it's less intimidating for children that are coming in. And,
yeah, exactly.
you know, if they've got their eyes closed, they'll be like, oh, is anyone looking at me? It's like, they have to get used to feeling comfortable in their own skin and being around other people.
Yeah, so with the yoga classes, it's only 4 kids or teens. The Easter holiday workshop is like an amalgamation of everything. So it's literally from 10 till 3, and we're going to teach them like a little snapshot of what they could take away with them. Breathwork, meditation, yoga. We might go for a walk around the lawns. They're all going to bring like a packed lunch. I'm going to introduce them to chanting. Kids love a bit of chanting, using that sound to calm them, calm the nervous system. We're going to go out into nature to bring stuff back to build like a little shrine, like a meditation shrine.
I want to come.
I know.
It sounds so lovely.
I know, I'm so excited. So yeah.
Have you got mostly girls?
It's really interesting you ask that, because the girls have signed up, and what we want is to make sure that we're getting the guys in as well, the boys. So when we did the pilot days, we had a really nice mix actually. We had an equal balance, and the teens loved it. So I had one who's home educated, and one who is doing the pre-16s, because he took himself out of school because he struggled so much at school. He's like a different human now. It's unbelievable.
Pre-16 have heard some really great things about for the right child.
And he loves coming here. He comes in for massage. He's coming on my breathwork workshop on Sunday and stuff. So he's only 15. He's amazing.
He's embracing it all.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
my God.
great.
He's I just need time for me. He's so funny. I love him. So and then I had 2 younger ones who were in year 4 and 6, and they came, 2 brothers. They absolutely loved it. So I think that's going to be really key for me to ensure that we're getting the boys in as well.
And also, if maybe parents at home are sort of practicing these things, it's really good you've got to maybe roll. I'm not saying you have to, but say if the parents were that way inclined themselves, and that sort of naturally comes down to what kids are maybe seeing at home anyway. So
absolutely. But funny enough, when the 2 brothers came, the 2 other kids that were meant to come couldn't make it, so the mum joined in, and she said, this has been amazing that I've been able to do it with my kids. She said, and we're
that's another thing then. Parent and
that's
children.
That's what I said to her. I said, well, there we go.
And it doesn't even have to look like, oh, my mum does yoga at home, but my mum and dad do make sure they take time for themselves.
Just
exactly. A bit of self-care.
And I think that's the thing at the moment. The kids that come through the door for massages are those who have got parents that know how important it is. So we just need to kind of start ramping up the Omni Roots Hub CIC, because at the moment we're still very much Zen Den. So the Omni Roots Hub page is on the Zen Den page because we haven't got any money for a website. So it's all those kind of things that will start to shift and change, but it's going to take time. But until then, what else do I want to tell people before we go? We've got our yoga retreats running. Again, it's very hard to get the numbers. So last year we took 18 people to Spain, and this year we've got 8. And it's really people are really watching their money, and I do appreciate that. But I still want to say that Retreats for Peace is our other company where we do retreats in the UK. We're doing a couples retreat in July, only 4 couples. We've got a lovely house in the Cotswolds. We're going to do that from with Maxine, who is a psychotherapist, but she specialises in relationships and working on couples like intimacy. She's a sex therapist, so it's going to be a really interesting weekend.
Definitely.
So they get to work with her, and then I'll do the side of it where I do breath work with the couple, teach them to massage each other, that kind of thing. So that's going to be a beautiful a one-off kind of, we just want to see how it goes. So that retreat, and then we've got a retreat in September in Spain again that we need to get people on. So kind of watch this space for the retreats, because I think we're going to start diversifying a little bit. So but that couples retreat is going to be really interesting.
It will be.
I think that's it. And my breath work I do once a month at Ashra, which is a new yoga studio just up here in Old Town.
I think
that's really nice for people to know about Ashra as well. Because they do all sorts. They do their yoga. Paige and Ree, who run the studio, Paige has got the most amazing singing voice you've ever heard in your life. She does all the sound bowls. So that's a beautiful studio. It's a bit too Instagrammable for me, but it is gorgeous. I feel like I walk in there and as beautiful it is, I'm like, I feel like I don't want to touch anything because it's so lovely.
It's too gorgeous.
They know my vibe. They laugh at me. My vibe is a little different, a little more vintage and hippie. So, but it's a beautiful studio. So I do that once a month there as well for 10 people. Deep relaxation, yoga nidra. We call it sleepy yoga. It's basically get your pillows and bolsters out for 2 hours. Come. It's amazing. It's a really lovely workshop.
I love anything that just, I want to do sound baths, I do breath work, cry into my ear rolls, it just all comes out.
I love that. Good.
I'm up for anything really.
Try the restorative yoga, see what you think.
I've never done yoga. Never done yoga.
Right.
Never done Pilates. I've got scoliosis, I've got a really bad back at the moment, so I need something. But
why don't we do a session for you and your girls?
Yes, because that's when it would have to be. I either work or I have my children.
Exactly. Let's do it.
So then that would be quite good.
They might like the Easter holiday workshops as well.
I think it would be really good for my oldest. But it's whether I could get her to come.
Maybe she needs to meet you first.
Yes.
I'll send a little hello.
That would be really good.
I'll send her a video. I often do that for parents who think their kids won't come in. I just send them a little a little video saying, hey, I'm Sam. Come see me.
The thing,
I send a little video of the space so they can see it.
That's
and then
what
just
children
prepare
need.
them.
That's what I do. I send a picture of my room and I have my bio for children as well. Speaking directly to them.
That's really nice. That's what I started to do with the Omni Roots Hub actually. The social media is directed at the kids and teens, not the parents. Because it's like,
this is whom I'm talking to.
This is for you. So Zen Den I'll talk to the parents, but for Omni Roots Hub it's very much now geared at like, hey guys, how's your day gone? That kind of, I want them following my social media. And the thing
is, you're a mum and they love that. So I always talk about my daughters. I'm like, I'm a mum. I'm nurturing and a bit crazy.
I got my son to read something the other day because I was like, I'm going to put this. What do you, he's a 13-year-old boy. And I was like, would you read this? He's like, God, Mum, that's a lot. I was like, and then he read it all and I went, you've just read it? And he went, actually, I liked it. I was like, you read the whole thing, right? And he was like, yeah, it was good. I was like, thank you. So, 2 teen boys. God, it's quite the journey, isn't it, navigating teenagers? I prefer it though to the younger ones, I've got to admit it. I guess that's why I was a secondary school teacher. I could do like all ages, but I do prefer the teens, I've got to admit.
I think, it's just nice when they get to that point where life isn't just all about them. They do think outside of the... I get the, Mum, how was your day? And I'm like, fine, thanks.
I've started to get it from the older ones, still struggle with my younger one. Because he's only...
the younger one more than...
Oh, do you? No. My older one's really stepping up at the moment. It's lovely, actually. Yeah, really, really lovely. He said the other day, step aside, Mum, allow me, I'll do dinner this evening.
Wow. He went, the cake on?
I'll have to get him
Step aside.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It was really funny. So so that's kind of where we're at really. So the massage runs itself. We're so well known for massage. We've got such a good reputation.
Yeah, you do.
We both love it. You know, it's like Jerome's obviously here as well doing his thing. So well known for his deep tissue. So the massage side of it, the chill, that runs itself. So it's all the other bits that really need a little...
it will all happen and come together for you. Definitely.
It's so lovely. Thank you so much for
having me. Thank you so much for your time.
Really nice to be on your podcast. Thank you. I love what you're doing.
Thank you.